a big test facing residents of China's biggest city.
I had a lot of trouble at the beginning.
Shanghai is going green, but it looks like authorities are going to need to exercise patience. While there's a strong desire among residents for more environmentally friendly practices, understanding simple directions is a different matter. It all sounded so great in theory, but less so in practice.
I was a little confused at first. I thought all the kitchen waste was wet garbage, but I was wrong.
The uncertain environment has, of course, presented business opportunities. Fed-up residents can simply order a recycling servant online.
We recycle cartons, plastic bottles, and tin cans, among others.
They know all there is to know about sorting, separating, and classification.
We have clients from office buildings and residential communities.
According to analysis, China's urban residents produce 270,000 tons of wet garbage every day. So far, China has invested in facilities that can handle more than twice this amount. The new dynamic is expected to create a market worth about 140 billion yuan. Meanwhile, there's already a supply problem in many stores, as residents look to stock up on rubbish bins.
I was gonna buy a garbage can yesterday. I planned to buy a medium-sized one for family use, but they are already out of sales.
And smart dumpsters like these have definitely caught the attention of high-tech companies. Several days have passed, but their efforts didn't all go smoothly. The dumpsters are only available during specific periods of the day, which some people find inconvenient, while authorities and volunteers are trying to reach those with limited access to the information. But not to worry. Experts say we're only at the beginning, and with advancements such as the application of the internet and garbage disposal technology, things will only get easier, and the classification know-how may soon be available in our pockets.
One of the great wonders of the world, the Great Wall's earliest sections date back more than 2,000 years. But the historical marvel is showing its age.
Some of the main factors for the destruction of the Great Wall is wind, sun, earthquakes, and heavy rains. Another reason is the surface damage caused by the disorderly trampling by too many tourists.
The wall's Badaling section outside Beijing is the most popular, attracting 10 million visitors last year. To ease the strain, local authorities recently implemented a new daily cap of 65,000 people. Another approach recently sparked outrage. Back in 2016, local authorities ordered a 700-year-old area of uneven pavement be fixed by covering it with cement. That also covered up the original look of the wall, and inspired authorities to require that restoration methods follow more traditional techniques.
We have adopted the original method, the original technology, and the original materials in order to better extend the historical information of the ancient Great Wall and preserve its value.
That means using laborers who painstakingly lay stones into place with electric hoists. Installing just one rock, which can weigh more than 100 kilograms, takes 45 minutes.
The bricks used are the bricks of the ancient Great Wall. Most of them are bricks that collapsed from the original wall. The bricks are used to mend these places.
And it's not just the efforts of 2 hands, but 4 legs. Mules help carry construction materials up some of the wall's steep paths. Getting the Great Wall back to its original greatness is no easy feat, but these workers hope the best way to preserve the past is doing it old school.
So that we won't distort the future inheritance and pass on the original flavor to future generations.
A United Arab Emirates-launched joint trade initiative is shifting its focus from Western countries to China, since China's opening up is creating opportunities in investment and tourism, according to the chairman of Hala China. Hala China is a joint initiative between Dubai Holding and MERS, with a strategic aim of attracting Chinese visitors and investment to Dubai and the UAE through a series of initiatives and events. 6 deals between China and the UAE were signed earlier at the first anniversary of the initiative.
The initial plan for Hala China to promote investment from China to Dubai. We do have 3 pillars. One of the pillars promote the Chinese tourists to Dubai, promote the investment between China and Dubai, as well as which is very important part, is the culture exchange that goes into movies, traditional event, you name it.
Since its launch, the initiative has made multiple achievements in trade and cultural exchanges between China and the UAE.
We started slowly but steadily. Our focus was more 60% in Dubai and 40% in China. So most of the event is happening in Dubai. So we were successful to have a film festival in Dubai, Chinese film festival, fashion week, China's New Year parade, and all of this is more focusing on expat in Dubai to promote China.
As Hala China moves forward, Al Mualla has greater expectations for his city and country to capitalize on the opportunities brought by the bilateral partnership with China.
There is a lot of opportunity in China. I've been visiting China in the last almost 1 year, and every time I experience and I explore new opportunity for Dubai. And the other way around, there are also things that Chinese wants from Dubai. It's just, trying to be a vehicle between the two entities. We are also a key for many entities in Dubai, either a government or private entity, to help them explore China, where they can invest, and also for Chinese to invest in Dubai. One thing that for me, I think we tackle it very well, the language barrier. We have part of our culture exchange is to send the Chinese to Dubai to learn Arabic, and also we have the student exchange to send the student to China to learn Chinese.
Given the fruits achieved over the past year and that China has been opening wider to the world, Al Mualla expressed his faith in cooperation with China.
Our focus in the past was to Europe and probably to America, but now with China opening up, I think the future focus in China.
Gaël Constantini is a Paris fashion designer who aims to make perennially stylish clothes customers will buy and wear. The fabric she uses is recycled and would otherwise have ended up in the bin, including used sheets from the Paris Ritz Hotel and old curtains from the French Senate.
Il y a énormément de déchets qui sont faits par ce qu'on porte plus.
Fashion produces enormous amounts of waste, from throwing out the things we don't wear anymore, but also from the production of the fabric, the dyeing, the growing of cotton. It's all very polluting. So I just thought, let's use fabric that already exists, and that way we can reduce the amount of waste textiles on the planet.
Voilà, c'est tout ce processus, en tout cas, qui produit.
Gaël doesn't recycle clothes from many fashion brands. She says the fabric from high street stores is too poor quality. Upmarket fashion names often prefer to destroy unsold stock than recycle it to protect the exclusivity of their brand.
The summer sales are well underway here in France. In a survey last year, 56% of clothes brands said they got rid of all unsold stock this way, but 13% admitted to destroying some of it. Under the new law, burning or throwing away unsold clothes will be illegal by 2021.
The government is determined to make designer names change their ways.
In Parliament, there will be a discussion, a debate with all the members of Parliament of France so that we come up with sanctions and fines that are actually high enough to deter them from keeping the destruction. The objective at the end of the day is to make sure that all the things that they did not manage to sell are actually given out to people who need it.
The new law doesn't just apply to clothes. It would also ban throwing away unsold household goods and appliances and aims to force manufacturers to make products that are easy to repair and last longer. This workshop offers a repair service for all sorts of household goods.
We're really trying to repair everything we can so we don't throw things away. So that could be toasters, hairdryers, vacuum cleaners, which often only need dusting or a small piece changing when people were going to throw them out.
The new law aims to force manufacturers to pay the costs of transporting and treating their unwanted goods and encourage consumers to reuse, repair and recycle instead of shopping.